The game kicked off and you could almost feel the air speed up because Arsenal fans arrived with that "we want goals but let's be polite about it" mood, and Wolves showed up like a guest who wasn't sure if they were at a wedding or a barbecue. First half passed by with more respectful nods than shots on target. Arsenal kept the ball like they were trying to hide it from everyone, passing like "you go, no you go, no you go." And Wolves defended like they were afraid someone would charge each of them separate rent for being in the box. Meanwhile, commentators wondered aloud if the ref had accidentally forgotten his whistle in the dressing room because the game felt more like a sightseeing tour than a combat sport. Then half-time came with Arsenal having possession percentages that looked like exam grades high but not doing much with it. Wolves with smiles saying "we're still here." And fans in the stadium started doing the wave just for something to happen until the wave itself needed a break. Second half began and Arsenal came out of the tunnel like they had coffee 4 drips. Suddenly they posed like artists with the ball, building passages of play so pretty even the Wolves fans paused Netflix on their phones to watch. But it wasn't until a corner curled in that drama finally decided to RSVP. Bukayo Saka's corner had more spin than a DJ's record, and Wolves keeper Sam Johnston tried his best to handle it but ended up deflecting it off the post and in, basically gifting Arsenal a goal. Like someone offering a slice of pizza they didn't want, and the Emirates crowd went from polite applause to "that's a goal, right?" Confusion, which then turned into celebration once VR confirmed it after checking if the moon was in the right phase. Wolves didn't sulk, they treated that setback like a sneeze quick recovery and brought on Talua Rockadair who, when he walked onto the pitch, immediately gave Arsenal defenders flashbacks of their alarm clocks because he powered forward and headed Wolves' equaliser in the 90th minute like someone ticking a box marked dramatic late goal, and suddenly commentators were screaming so loud it sounded like they had forgotten their own names. Everyone watching went from "this is controlled football" to "this is emotional damage" in the space of 10 seconds. But Arsenal weren't ready to call it a day, so they pushed again. And in stoppage time a cross came in from Saka that deflected off Wolves defender Yerson Mosquera and ended up in his own net, effectively making it 2 Wolves' own goals and giving Arsenal the win like someone winning a race by tripping over the finish line but still crossing it first. The stadium erupted. Wolves players stood there as if someone had told them they were in 2 separate matches at once. Arsenal fans tried to compute if 2-1 was really the score or just a glitch, and pundits later argued that own goals should be called unexpected generosity markers because that's literally what they were. Statistically, Arsenal dominated possession, had more shots, and probably more emotional breakdowns per minute than Wolves, who still managed to look dangerous whenever they touched the ball, making it feel like a game of emotional ping-pong rather than football. Wolves nearly scored from a chance that hit both posts and bounced out like it was playing pinball and didn't want to give anyone points, and at one stage it looked like even the stadium lights were blinking in disbelief. The commentators kept their energy up by inventing metaphors involving space travel, storms, and lunch plans gone wrong, while fans on social media started creating memes faster than the referee could blow the whistle, and mid-match someone in the crowd accidentally dropped their hot dog which reached literal terminal velocity before splatting like a perfect comedic relief. When the final whistle blew, Arsenal players looked relieved yet slightly confused like students who finally finished an exam they didn't study for but somehow passed. Wolves players clapped their fans because even a loss like that felt like a victory in mood, and global fans everywhere agreed that the match was both the most normal thing and the weirdest thing they'd seen all season. Coaches did post-match interviews that made sense only if you speak fluent football logic plus a dash of chaos theory. And analysts broke down the own goals with such precision you'd think they were decoding ancient hieroglyphs. Social media trends skyrocketed with reactions ranging from "that was beautiful" to "my emotional stability is now on holiday," and highlight reels later cut the match into bite-sized moments that felt like little comedy sketches stitched together by destiny. In the end, Arsenal's 2-1 win over Wolves became one of those fixtures people re-watch not for the scoreline but for the sheer unexpected joyful confusion of it all, and historians will someday write about it as the match where football hugged weirdness, shook hands with unpredictability, and invited laughter to sit in the manager's seat for 90 minutes.